This is lesson 3.4, graphing linear equations in standard form. The essential question here is how can you describe the graph of the equation ax plus by equals c? Well, first we need to think about horizontal and vertical lines. The graph of y equals b is a horizontal line that passes through the point 0, b. And the graph of x equals a is a vertical line that passes through the point a0. So thinking of that here, we can look at the example 1 here, and we can graph y equals 4. To graph y equals 4, remember what I said? That just means that the graph is going to cross at 0, 4, which is right there. So then we're just going to take our line, and it's going to go through 0, 4, like that, and keep going. That's the graph of y equals 4. For x equals negative 2, you're just going to go to negative 2, 0, which is right there. And then you're going to have a vertical line. Sorry, it's off of the grid just slightly here. That's going to go like this. It should be on the grid, but you know how stylists work. So that's x equals negative 2. Now, using the intercepts to graph an equation, the x-intercept of a graph is the x-coordinate at the point where y equals 0. The y-intercept is the point where x equals 0. So to graph a linear equation, ax plus by equals c, find the intercepts and draw the line that passes through the two intercepts. So to find the x-intercept, let y equal 0. Solve for x. To find the y-intercept, let x equal 0 and solve for y. So let's look at our example 2 and how we could do that. Use the intercepts to graph the equation 3x plus 4y equals 12. So, to find the x-intercept, we're going to put 0 in for y. So I've got 3x plus 4 times 0 equals 12. Well, 4 times 0 is just 0. So I have 3x equals 12. So I divide by 3 and find that x equals 4. So that point is going to be 4, 0. Now to find the y-intercept, I'm going to put x as 0 and solve for y. So I've got 4y equal to 12. Divide by 4, and you get y equals 3. So that's going to be the point 0, 3. Remember, 0, 3 means go over 0, up 3. So I'm going to put the point there. Now the line, if I can get it to go right here, goes through those 2 points. And that's how you're going to graph using x and y intercepts. Let's try another one here. You're planning an awards banquet for your school. You need to rent tables to seat 180 people. Tables come in 2 sizes. Small tables seat 6 people, and large tables seat 10 people. The equation 6x plus 10y equals 10 models this situation, where x is the number of small tables and y is the number of large tables. It says graph the equation, interpret the intercepts. So, let's see here. We have 6x plus 10y equals 180. Well, like I said before, we understand the problem. You know the equation that models the situation. So we're going to make a plan. Use the intercepts to graph the equation, right? So now let's solve it. If we have to find the y-intercept, we'll set x equal to 0. So 6 times 0 plus 10y equals 180. Well, that's 0, so we divide by 10, and y equals 18. So this would be the point 0, 18. Now to find the x-intercept where it crosses the x-axis, we're going to set y equal to 0. Plus 10 times 0 equals 180. Well, this cancels out because anything times 0 is 0. Divide by 6, and x equals 30. So that would be the point 30, 0. So let's plot those 2 points. I decided to use each square as 2. So it'd be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 30, 0 is going to be right about there. And 0, 18 means you go over 0, up 18, which would be in between 16 and 20. And then we're just going to draw the line that connects the two. And then part B is asking us to find 4 possible solutions in the context of the problem. So if you're looking at this, you could find some other solutions. You could just kind of look at where it crosses an x. Like here, it crosses at the point 14, 10. That would be a solution. Another place it crosses is right here at 26. So that would be another solution. And remember what these solutions mean. Remember, our x is going to be small tables, y is large tables. So 20 small tables, 6 large tables. 14 small tables, 10 large tables. That's what that problem means. So let's look at one more example here. The school band is selling sweatshirts and baseball caps to raise $9,000 to attend a band competition. Sweatshirts cost $25 each and baseball caps cost $10 each. The equation 25x plus 10y equals 9,000 models this situation, where x is the number of sweatshirts sold and y is the number of baseball caps sold. Find the intercepts. So let's find those intercepts. We've got 25x plus 10y equals 9,000. Okay, so first I'll set x equal to 0. 25 times 0 plus 10y equals 9,000. And then that's 0, so we're going to divide by 10. And y equals 900. So that would be the point 0, 900, because remember, x was 0 in this situation. So now let's find the x-intercept. Let's set y equal to 0. 25x plus 10 times 0 equals 9,000. So this is again 0. Divide by 25. And we get x equal to 360. So that would be the point 360, 0. So we're going to go ahead and plot those points on this graph. I decided to make the bottom squares worth 50 each. So to go 360, 0, we're going to go over 360, which will be just past the square in between 300 and 400. And then I decided to make the ones on the y-axis each worth 100 points. 100. So we've got 0, so we go over 0, but up to 900, so the point would be right there. And then we go ahead and draw the line that connects those 2 points. And then there's your answer. Now part B is asking what happens when 258 sweatshirts are sold. And how many baseball caps were sold? Well, we could kind of look at our chart and see that it's going to be about 300. But to actually solve it, we can plug in 258. So you remember X is the number of sweatshirts sold. So you're going to have 25 times 258 plus 10y equals 9,000. And you would solve for that. And if I took 25 times 258, I would get 6,450 plus 10y equals 9,000. So to solve that, I'm going to take that minus, I'm going to take the 9,000 and subtract the 6,450 to move it over to the other side. And I'm going to get 10y equals to 2,550. Divide by 10, and you get y equals 255. So I would need to sell 255 baseball caps. Now part C here is just to find the two more possible solutions in the context of the problem. And that would just be, again, reading the graph and finding a point like at 50, I'd sell 800. Let's see. Another one would be the 250, sell 300. Things like that. Just interpreting the graph. So when you're done, show me your notes and then get started on your clever assignment.